Hello world, it's J Bob the Video Game Slob coming at you once again with a wild and wacky pickup from today. This is probably going to be way too long of a video. The mess is everywhere. You can tell I'm so freaking far behind on getting things sold, although I did make another sale today, which is good. You got to keep the stuff going out if you keep the stuff coming in. But I'm not 50-50. But hey, when you're making profit, you're making profit. So, a video game store local to me was going out of business. In a way, I hate to see it happen because he's a really nice guy who's done some really cool things for me in terms of hookup and expanding my collection and helping each other out. And I don't know, it's a long history. But anyway, here's what I got. So $8. Going out of business sale, the Toys R Us limited edition controller, and this is a sticker. It's kind of cool to feel. You can see right there how the sticker's kind of peeling up, so you can see that it's an actual sticker. All Toys R Us did was do that. How crazy is that? But, you know, I have the full 64 set, and so this was just too cool to pass up, because I didn't have that version of this box. So that was thing number one. Very weird kind of thing here that he threw in for free. As you can see, this is a box that you would get if you had, you can see GameStop's address there, if you had the ability to buy the whole case of Nintendo Minis. So there you go, USZ, anytime you see that, that tells you it's a Nintendo first-person product. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. It's like I said, I call this the museum for a reason because I have all this weird stuff. And so he gave that to me for free, so there it is. Speaking of free things, J Bob did his shopping today, and Overwatch has a famous Amos. So there you go. I'm going to get myself a free Overwatch loot crate by eating some cookies. So that's weird. But video game stuff shows up everywhere. Family Guy, the DVD blast, this was thrown in for free. I have a ton of these DVD games, but there you go. There's another one. Add it to the pile. Pretty cool, pretty lucky stuff here. Mortal Kombat Deception, the Collector's Edition. This is my second Collector's Edition on the Xbox of Mortal Kombat Deception. This one did have the bonus DVD, but does not have the metal card or the slipcase over it. But still, for 10 bucks, I don't know. I'm taking it. So I picked it up. $8 pickup, Ephemeral Fantasia by Konami on the PS2. I can't believe I still didn't have this. Not in great shape, but I have it now, and so growing the PS2 collection. From the dollar pile, the going out of business sale, Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is my third Avatar game for the PS2, but I didn't have it. Thank God I didn't have to pay $4.99 for this piece of chump crap. But whatever, I have it. Brave cost me $2, but again, I didn't have it. I have so many PS2 games at this point that when you see one you don't have, it's just like, alright, I'll take it if it's dirt cheap. $5 Sword of Mana. Probably a good deal. Looked like a $12 game. It's got some writing on it. Not the best label on earth, but anyway, I bought it, so it's mine now. There you go. Fight me in the comments. Oh, well, you can see the name of the video game store. It's out of business now. Probably should have edited that before I did the video. Paid $10 for this. I do have the full working design set, so I wanted this to help complete that set. Because I have like the Lunar games, the Shining games. I didn't have the Grow Lancer set without this. So now I do. Wow, there's some assets to this game right there. So that's inappropriate. I have more than 100 video game VHS tapes, but I did not have these two Double Dragon tapes. I essentially paid like $1 for these, basically. All three of them, total, I mean. And it turns out there's one in a clamshell that I don't have, so I'm probably going to wait till the next time I get some online reward points for Amazon and just pick the last one up for free so I have this set. So I already have one of them. Now I have these two. I'm missing the fourth. And it actually turns out that there's a art variant to to pick up as well. I don't know if I'll bother picking up the art variant for VHS tapes. That just goes to show how big of a nerd I am. So that's pretty funny. There are also 2 of these, How to Score Points on Nintendo by Kodak. But this is my first one. I'm glad to have it. I love all these kind of things. So it's like a Nintendo Power. Oh, that's not auto-focusing well. A Nintendo Power, but for your VHS. So you can go on, pump this in, and it has good games. Double Dragon and Castlevania 2. I like Blaster Master, but that's not making any waves. So, alright, there was that. It gets a little weirder from here. This is the only way to say that. This is going to be a long video. This is the Rock Band portable, I don't know, drum set, I guess you'd say. So there you can kind of see the whole width of it. Hopefully you can maybe see on here where it says Portable Drum by Mad Catz and Harmonix. What a weird 360 controller. Tell me you've ever seen a 360 controller that looked like this, because I promise you haven't. So, there you go. I didn't have it, so for $4, I said whatever. It turned out it's like a $30 controller, but when you have the full 360 set, and you see a weird controller like that, you just don't say no. So there that is. I picked that up. Man, there's just so much stuff. You can hear it rattling in the background. So here's the next one. $5 for a Genesis Megafire. It turns out these are like $10 controllers, so $5 isn't so bad. But I don't have a full complement of them, so picking up one more for the stack, I don't know, probably a little overpaid there, but I don't know. I don't think $5 is the worst deal on that. Speaking of things that aren't probably great deals, but I bought because he's going out of business, $10 for the Xbox import, I guess you'd call it, controller. Supposedly these went to the Mountain Dew Xboxes. I don't know if that's true, but you can see that the there's a little more translucency in the buttons there, and of course the green jewel is the dead giveaway. But other than that, they look just the same as regular Xbox controllers. So I'm a big Xbox fan, and I didn't have one, so I spent $10 to get one. I don't know. Good move, bad move, you decide. Speaking of bad moves, a light sixer for $20 with a joystick, with the little end on it that connects to your TV, so you don't have to go out and buy that, and the power cable. So, you know, it works. It's a nice shape. It's fairly clean. I'm going to put it on the pile. So I don't even know how many this is. I got to be in the 30s. But I live one town away from a guy who owns more than 100 of them. So I'm by no means the #1 collector. We'll pan across to the slob view there. The #1 collector in my area for him. But again, between me and him, maybe we'll just pick up enough of them to create some demand for Atari, because it doesn't seem like there is any. I did a massive manual buy, and so that's what you're seeing here. A whole bunch that I didn't have on the Genesis, a few for the Nintendo, the 64, the Xbox, the Sega. You know, you can just see some of the manuals there. A Sega Saturn in there. Sorry, this is getting like choppy C's kind of moment. Some reg cards in the back. Here's the stuff that was somewhat exciting to me. I like these inserts from Nintendo Power. Boy, this is going to be a long video. So there's a Super Power Supply Spring 98 supplemental. And this is the first Game Center issue of Walmart that they did, which is cool. I always like to have the first, and I didn't have the first. So that was in the pile that I spent $15 for a whole bunch of magazines and books. So here's a Yahoo magazine. Didn't even know that was a thing, but it was in there, so I kept it. I love GamePro guides. That was a GamePro guide that was in there. Pretty cool. Again, here's another one of the Nintendo Power Super Power Supplies. These have really cool things in them. Maybe I should open them up. Maybe people don't know why I like these. So you can see these t-shirts, these dog tags, the stickers, the buttons, all this sort of stuff that I wish I could find nowadays that you just cannot find. So that's what those have in it. I don't want to flip that over. Oh, this is a Pokemon thing. There you go. Just give you an idea of the magazines I didn't have. A copy of the PlayStation magazine. I just didn't have that one. Here's some more of the magazines I didn't have. I like vintage magazines. I really do. I have over 1,000 now, so this is doing pretty well. But so Gamer, there's a lot of Gamers I didn't have. I didn't have these two. Game Fan, a pair of Game Fans I didn't have. I didn't have anywhere near this for Game Players. I didn't know they were still making them. What is this? Volume 7. So I didn't know they were still making them that far in. So I have no Game Players called Game Players, Sega, Nintendo, and More. So that was the first one that I had of that. Kind of cool. We're almost there. Let's see. We'll try to get home really quick because we're at the 10-minute mark. So EGMs. I really don't have many EGMs in my collection because there's a guy in town that loves them. And so when I find him, I turn them over to him out of respect. So anyway, I got to keep 2 EGMs. Tips and Tricks. I never cared for this magazine, still don't, but I didn't have it. There's my second EGM. Nintendo Power, the 200th. Probably only keeping it because it's the 200, and I'd like to have an extra of that. And because it had the stickers still in it, which is pretty cool. And all the reg cards, and the big poster insert. So it was very complete, and I just couldn't turn it down. And speaking of being complete, this had the Pokemon insert there. So, wanted to end up keeping that one. Didn't actually have this copy, so I'm still missing a copy of Game Informer to keep the run going, but that moved it down to 1. And I kind of like to have 2 of these. I already had 1, so I had 1 pulled out for my Nintendo Power Strategy Guide section. But I thought, boy, it'd be nice to have a second one that I could keep in the run because, as many of you know, it's volume 19. So it's not only a guide, but it's also number 19. So now I have 2 of them. I can keep them in both places. Boy, am I a nerd. Yeah, J. Bob the Slob is a huge nerd. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these because they're really not exciting. But there's a freaking ton of them as I maybe keep pulling back and loading up and showing you. Okay, they're not even going to fit on the chair. But a lot of them are 360, and having the 360 set, Dead Rising 2, Injustice, Tomb Raider, you know, it's like, you got to have the video game guides when you can get them. Snake Eater 3, or Snake Eater MGS 3. So, Fallout, we got a Dungeons and Dragons, that's a PC. That's a 360, though, so there you go. So, oh yeah, speaking of 360, one of the best games you can play on the 360. If you haven't played Crackdown and Crackdown 2, get on top of it. You need to have them. So, Dante's Inferno, another good one, another 360 title. The best movie video game you'll ever play. Get it on the 360. Buy that game. So, there you go. You kind of saw the rest. A ton of them. Here's actually, this is the last set, so why not just bring them up and be done with the whole video. So there's a bunch of stuff that you're not seeing that I'm going to try to flip to reduce my cost. I paid $100 for everything, including the things that you're not seeing, and I'm going to try to get that down as much as I can, but I think I have well more than $100 worth of stuff from what I've already showed you. So there it is, just some final strategy guides. Nice to have, because Prima just went out of business, and so there's not going to be strategy guides in the future, and so on the heels of that, to have this massive pickup, we'll leave on the last 2 good ones. Mortal Kombat, again, my favorite Mortal Kombat, maybe? I don't know, I really liked that game, and the best Ghostbusters game they made right there. So, peace, YouTube, I'm out. I'm just under 15 minutes, $100 going out of business pickup. Hopefully in the next video, I'll let you know what it came down to. Housekeeping note, I finally figured out how to get these, hopefully in the aspect ratio that works. So you're going to suffer through 20 videos that I filmed, trying to get it right. And then hopefully we're just going to keep getting better and better. But it is what it is. All right, world, I'm out. Thanks for watching, J-Bob. Bye-bye.